This course is going to feel a little bit different to courses that you've taken before. That's because this course is designed to be taken using an AI coding assistant. Your assistant inside your IDE will be guiding you, writing your code for you, and helping to answer your questions. So I'm going to be the teacher, but your AI assistant is going to be your teaching assistant. I strongly recommend that you use an IDE with a built-in coding assistant. For instance, I'm in Cursor here, and I can just say hello to my coding assistant. We are in an era now, like it or not, that not using one of these assistance gives you a significant disadvantage in terms of speed. I'm going to be using Cursor as my main code editor for this, but you can use any other IDE that runs an AI coding assistant. This could be VS Code with Copilot, this could be Windsurf, this could be Klein on VS Code, and there are many others available too. These tools are changing very quickly too, so your UI might look different from mine. But we're not going to be using many advanced features like MCP servers. We're going to be using the basics, really just prompting the LLM to go and do work inside our repo. So as long as your IDE can do that, you should be fine. We won't be starting our journey together with an empty directory. I've initialized a basic Next.js project for you. Inside the AI Hero repo, it's inside courses, and then O1 deep search in TypeScript, and then OO apps. I recommend opening Cursor in this directory so you don't get clouded by all the other stuff in the AI Hero repo. In Cursor, I can right click on the directory that I want, open it in the integrated terminal, and then use cursor dot here to basically open up this directory in Cursor. The appeal of this approach is that I can then chat to my IDE and it only has the context it needs, in other words, everything inside this application. So this approach is what I recommend for completing the course. You'll also notice there are multiple directories in here. You have starter repos for each of the days that we're going to cover. This means that if you get stuck or your AI veers way off, you can always find your way back with a nice starter repo for the start of that day. The course is then split into many different exercises. Each exercise will set up a problem to solve. In other words, you'll see my face talking at you or some written content below describing the next step we need to take to build our deep search application. To solve the exercise, and this is where it gets a little bit different, you'll be given a prompt to copy and paste into your coding assistant. You'll then guide the LLM through the exercise, debugging any issues that come up. And you'll need to check on the code quite closely as you're going through to make sure it's not messing up in any way. Once you've then reached what you think is a good solution, you'll be able to see my solution to the exercise. And I'll be explaining any fresh concepts that come up as your LLM is working through. And finally, if you don't understand something, this is where it gets really cool, you can ask the LLM for help. These chats here are just like ChatGPT. So you can ask it follow-up questions about the exercise it just did, and it will give you a well-informed response. You can still take this course if you don't want to use a coding assistant. All of the instructions in the course are made to be read by humans as well. And while I will be using a coding assistant, I'll be explaining all the concepts so that you understand them. Finally, some of the exercises in the workshop are marked as optional. There are some core exercises that you need to do every day between about 3 to 5. And once you've done those, then you'll unlock the optional exercises for the day. These are deeper dives, chances to experiment with different tools, and UX tips and tricks to improve your LLM-powered apps. And with that, I think you've got all the context you need to get started. I'll see you in the next exercise.